What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Yappin podcast. Welcome back. This is episode number 6. On our way up, we're close to episode 10. I'm here with my guest, Andrea Plaza.
What's up?
Why you look at me like that?
What's up, everybody?
And just to be sure, I just want all the audience to know you're from Birmingham, Alabama. Is that right?
Yes, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Grew up, born and bred in Alabama.
Because we got a couple uncles and aunties that are have some sort of connection. I'm told.
Really?
They did. Who? They went to 5th grade math together, and he got punched in the face by your auntie.
Who? What's his name?
Auntie Caroline.
Carol.
I
don't really talk to her.
Back to the episode. Back to the episode. So let's just go ahead and start off with the Chargers, baby. What do you got to tell me?
Man.
You guys lose again.
No, we won.
Oh, shit. I haven't been keeping up with my NFL lately.
Yeah, he hasn't, obviously. No, we won. We played New Orleans, Louisiana, and we won. It was a 26-8 game, I think. And, man, I don't like the Saints, man. They came after my quarterback trying to break his ankle or something. But you know what? Bradley Bozeman was there. And he fucked up that motherfucker. You see Bradley Bozeman, man? That dude is big. That dude looked like he full-grown pigs alive.
I did say that clip. That is downright obnoxious the way that he
is
tried
disrespectful.
He tried to pull Herbert's legs and break him in half like a pair of tweezers.
Yep, exactly. Like a toothpick.
He should have, I'm being dead ass serious. He should have jail time. That should be minimum of 3 months in jail. He literally tried to break a dude's bones.
He's lucky I didn't catch him in Alabama. In Alabama, my daddy would have pulled out his shotgun and shot him straight in the head.
All right. People are like, what the fuck are they doing right now?
Right, what the hell?
Now, we were actually going to do this last episode, but we forgot.
Yeah,
we get into this every now and then where like, we just riff.
Yeah.
It's like a comedian riffing, but we do it in a southern accent. And it's fun because it's like the only accent that we're kind of good at.
Yeah, it's like the one that we both vibe off.
And it's not racist. Like, you can't say we're racist for doing, like, if we did an Asian accent or like
a Mexican one or something.
Like we could do a Mexican.
Well, I could do, we could do Mexican or like something else. Yeah,
but the southern accent, you can't tell me shit right now because I could be from down south in Alabama.
Exactly.
Roll Tide, roll. How does it go?
Blitz, baby, blitz.
Yeah, that's
for Willie.
That's what I meant to say.
That's for Uncle Willie.
I forgot though.
Shout out.
Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that. Bro, I still doing the southern accent. I didn't even realize it. Anyways, we're gonna start the video. We're gonna start the podcast. We're kind of all over the place right now. I'm gonna say this every time. This shit is fun. I feel like the southern accent keeps wanting to come back out.
We look forward to doing this every single week. And like sometimes we'll just be having a normal conversation and we're like, oh, we got to save it for the podcast. Save it for the podcast. Save it for the like everything we do is just saved for these moments. So we got a lot of gas.
We're having a blast. I'm having a blast. I could do this every day. But yeah, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you head over to the Spotify. It's kind of what she's been taking control of. And Spotify, if you guys don't know, you guys can watch the Spotify. You can watch a visual on Spotify. It's not just audio. You know, it used to be only audio.
Yeah.
But they switched that. I think Joe Rogan changed the game. But anyways, make sure you guys subscribe. How you been?
Man.
How you been dealing with these animals?
Oh, we have a whole zoo here. We got a lizard, a dog, a cat.
They know what we got.
Yeah, so it's been crazy. It's actually not that bad taking care of them, but they're fun.
Cats are easy. Cats are so much easier. Yeah. Like
so independent. I just have to worry about feeding him.
Like if a dog, especially a puppy, it feels like it's your kid, you know?
Bro,
it's like they follow you around everywhere. They want this, they want that, they want to go outside, they want to play, they want to have a treat, they want food, you know?
Yeah, I felt like with Luca, I had to constantly be behind him because I felt like he didn't know where to poo or like, is he destroying something? But with the cat, I'm like, he'll come meowing at me when he's ready to eat, when he's ready for food. Feed him. After that, I don't have to worry about him. He's either playing in his tunnel, in his cat scratcher, taking a fat ass nap. Like, he's potty trained, so he goes straight to his litter box. I don't have to worry about him. He's good. He's easy.
It's been definitely fun. They randomly like to play at night, and 1 a.m. they decide they want to play, and
they're playing cat and mouse.
Luca runs and chases them, and yeah, it's interesting, man.
It is.
It's interesting. I've never had a cat and a dog
dynamic.
at the same time. And it's only gonna grow. It's only gonna get more interesting. But we kind of talked about why we go from football to that.
I don't know. You just said how you been.
No, because I said how about those Chargers or something, right?
Oh yeah.
And then I just randomly went to like how the cat or how's the animals.
How's
so
the animals? Yeah.
I'm all over the place right now.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
Football.
We have a couple things I want to talk about. You lost your Hail Mary virginity.
Bro.
So did my mom, by the way.
Bro.
All of a sudden, I get a call. I'm like, who the fuck's calling me?
Bro.
It's my mom. And what happened?
That was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay, guys. Mind you, like, we were just sitting on the couch, chilling. I was holding the cat here. Like, he was sleeping in my arms. And all of a sudden, we see there's, like, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 5 seconds, some shit like that left on the clock. Bears just scored, okay? So Bears pretty much scored a winning touchdown, right?
Yeah.
Now Commanders get the ball. Okay, they had time for like 2-3 snaps, right? First snap, they get it like midfield. So they get at a good field position. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we don't got time for anything else. They got to Hail Mary this hoe. Jaden Daniels, boom. He's like running around. And I'm like, I was literally telling him, I was like, bro, I hate when quarterbacks do this. They just run around, just fucking air that shit out. And he moves to the side, airs that shit out, lets it go. That shit fucking hit somebody's hand of the Bears, and it fell into the hands of another receiver straight into the end zone. Touchdown. Everybody went crazy. Bro, that was a crazy
and
shit.
And the Bears should have won this game. I think they were in the right situation. And then did you see the video? There was a Bears safety defender that during the play,
attention, yeah.
During the play, he was literally celebrating like they won and was supposed to be in that area. He eventually moved to that area, but he was basically showboating to the opposing fans. I don't know if he was waving them goodbye or what, and then the play before that, that play before the Hail Mary, the Bears were already acting like it was going to be a Hail Mary, even though Jaden Daniels can't throw for that many yards, 75 yards or whatever it was. And then it's a big controversy because the Bears coach said like, oh, like that play didn't matter. All that mattered was defending that Hail Mary. But it's like they were at the 25-yard line. They weren't going to throw a Hail Mary that far until they just throw that, that 13-yard out route to McLaurin that got him in the position that Jaden Daniels could actually make that throw.
Yeah.
But the Bears should have been defending tighter on that first play.
Yeah. But
they weren't. So there was a lot of things they did wrong there.
I think they just really thought that they couldn't get that throw.
Jaden Daniels, didn't he have like a rib injury or something?
Yes, he has a rib.
Which had to have affected that throw.
Rib cartilage injury. So I'm assuming that it's just I'm assuming that it's not the rib itself, but it says rib cartilage. So I'm assuming that
in between the ribs?
In between the rib or something. He had like a tear or something. I'm sure that's fucking uncomfortable. It's like right by your lungs. So he probably has a hard time breathing when he like moves a certain way. So yeah, throwing that far, you use a lot of your core, you use your arm, like you're pretty much throwing your whole fucking body into that throw. So that had to, maybe give him a little like, you know what I mean?
People are comparing his this rookie season to CJ Stroud's rookie season last year.
Yeah,
I can see it, and
I see it. I see the comparison.
This was a really hyped up game, number 1 versus number 2 overall pick. Caleb Williams was talking his shit, thinking that they won, and then that last play happens. So, can the Redskins make a playoff push? Anything like that?
Could definitely see that.
They're in a really. Actually, are they in the division with the Eagles? They're in the division with the Eagles, Cowboys.
They have a good record.
And Giants. They're like 6-2 or something like that.
They have a good record.
So I don't know about the defense, but Jaden Daniels is a beast for sure. That was a crazy play. I think that's the first Hail Mary of the year. I've seen a Hail Mary before. They're probably
Aaron.
Huh?
Aaron Rodgers is Hail Mary.
Oh yeah, but wasn't that like that wasn't to win the game though? That was for halftime.
Oh, that wasn't to win the game.
To win the game is insane. To make that happen, that's probably like the craziest thing to happen in a football game. Like the odds are against you. This is not supposed to happen because you got to think the defense. 6 to 8 guys are literally standing at the end zone. They know what's about to happen. All they got to do is tap it down, and that's game.
Yeah.
You outnumber the offense in that situation. There's like 6 defenders. There's like 4 receivers. You outnumber them.
That receiver for the Commanders was standing at the right position at the right time.
And I think that's
because
coached.
He wasn't in that ball.
Because you want one guy to be behind just in case that would have happened. Because the ball's either gonna get tapped in the front or it's gonna get tapped back. Usually that's the case. And they got lucky that, he was just standing there. He's like, I wonder what he was thinking when the ball like started floating towards him. He's like, okay, I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna win the game for us,
Yeah, he didn't even have to like dive or anything. He was already in the end zone. It was
that was their tight end, right? It was Noah Brown.
I don't remember, but it was a great throw. I mean, he aired that shit
I always
out.
love seeing like the reactions because like they have like camera shots of like the coach during the entire play.
The coach.
They have the camera shot of Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is like.
What's the coach's name? Is it Dan Quinn?
Dan Quinn, yeah.
Yeah, Dan Quinn. He's been, I don't know, but I really like this Commanders team. I think they're really good. And, yeah, I kind of can see that Texans comparison, number 2 pick.
Jane Daniels is in the MVP conversation right now.
Yeah.
As a rookie.
I know, I heard. Which is crazy. But he's given this team like an edge. Like, he's leveled up the team. And because of him and how good he is, everybody else is wanting to play good and wanting to step up. I mean, Scary Terry is having himself a good year, too.
He's like a Lamar Jackson clone.
Who else? What's their tight end's name?
Zach Ertz. I think Noah Brown is their other tight end who caught that. I think it was a tight end. He was pretty big.
Yeah, he was pretty big.
I think he was like the backup tight end or the number 2 tight end.
Zach Ertz,
so, big win for them.
Austin
Eckler. The Chiefs.
Man.
So we move on to 6-0. We're still the only undefeated team in the league, beating the Ravens. And this was like I feel like this was a bigger game. Like it was a bigger game than just a regular season game. Obviously, there's the rivalry of these two teams. Someone I guess the whole story about the Kermit the Frog in the preseason or practice was a fan brought a Kermit the Frog, gave it to a rookie safety on their team, and he decided to grab it, and that's when the viral clip was created. It started this entire beef or whatever you want to call it. So I guess Patrick had circled this game on the calendar. He had a good game. I wouldn't say it was a crazy game. He had a good game. But you could definitely tell it was a physical game. There's some shit talking going on. I still don't understand how you're going to talk shit when you haven't done anything. They have never won a Super Bowl. They haven't done anything in like 30 years. They're probably one of the most, like, they're a joke of a franchise. They can't keep a quarterback. They can't keep a coach. They can't keep stars. They had Antonio Brown. They had Devontae Adams. Max Crosby might leave in the future. Who knows? So it's like, it just blows my mind, dude. It just blows my mind. You're not even on our level. There's tiers to this shit,
Right.
But we take the dub. And where was I going with that? I guess my point is, like, how can anyone say, other than the Lions, there's no one on our level, especially in the AFC. Ravens just lost to the Browns with Jameis Winston. How can you can't? Because there's people out there that like to say that the Ravens are a better team than us. We beat the Ravens. We have a better record than them. They lost to the Raiders and the Browns this year. Their defense is really bad. So I don't know. I guess my point is we're the best. We're the best team. The Lions are scary though. The Lions are scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously we wouldn't have to play them until the Super Bowl, which that'd be a crazy Super Bowl. The Lions are good.
Yeah.
They're the really only team that really scares me in the league. I feel like the Chiefs and the Lions are the 2 best teams right now.
That's what it's looking like. It's going to look like it's going to be a Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl.
And I think that was my prediction, too, at the beginning of the year.
Honestly, I mean, I mean, you guys just traded for D-Hop, and then did you see that text I sent you that you guys traded for?
I don't know that. I've never heard of that player before, but
really,
we definitely need him because I think we lost a guy in defense for the year. He broke his ankle.
Ooh,
but hopefully that turns out to be good. But I'm hyped up, man. If we can repeat, I know it's a long shot. Hopefully DeAndre Hopkins can form a chemistry with Mahomes, but something that's never been done before. The whole world wants us to lose. The whole world wants to see us crash.
Not me.
I think Patrick. Not me and you. I think they embrace it though. Yeah. I think they embrace the hate.
I think
they use that as fuel. You know,
it definitely be history. Like
it will be history.
Yeah, that's something
no one's ever done it.
No one has ever done. So I'm there for it. I mean, that's something super cool.
Yeah, and then I don't even know how to transfer into this combo, but thanks for killing me in fantasy this week.
Ooh,
we faced each other, and I was on a winning streak. I was on a 2-week winning streak, trying to push to the number 1 seed, and I'm projected to win. And it just wasn't my week. My players did it before, but you had your best week statistically of the year. So, but if I'd rather lose to you than to lose to any of those other dirt bags.
CeeDee Lamb dropped a 40 Ps, bro. He gave me 40 points or 39.
That was pretty good. All your players had like 20 points.
That's crazy. Yeah, all my players did really good.
GG.
Yeah, GG. It was.
I'll see you in the championship.
No, we'll see.
I'll see you in the championship.
We play each other one more time before the championship. I think.
Is it?
I think
so
sure,
too.
Yeah.
I play Loy. I know I play Loy again, but anyways.
Next week. I play Gabe. I think.
Gabe.
I think.
Sure. Any other matchups you want to talk about?
I mean, I don't really like any of these matchups. Jets are terrible, bro. Don't even bring that shit around here.
Yeah, the Jets are like I think their season's over.
Yeah, bro, they gotta go.
I think the Jets season's over, and I think, Cowboys is. They're both. Those are two teams that before the season started were like contenders that I think are no longer contenders.
Yeah.
Just based off injuries and shit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been a weird year. It has.
It has.
We've been watching a lot of podcasts lately.
Oh my god.
That's what we do at work. Like we just pop in an AirPod, pop on a podcast, and it's so interesting.
Yeah. It's been like, for me, it's been like podcast binge right now for Joe Rogan, because there was kind of a phase where I went through and I was like, I'm kind of, no offense to Joe Rogan, I love Joe Rogan, but there's a kind of a time where I was like, I don't really want to listen to any of this. I kind of went into true crime and some of my other sports podcasts because, my Padres were in the playoffs and I was like really heavily into listening on podcasts about that I just kind of put Joe Rogan on the back burner. But now that all that's over and I'm kind of just done with the true crime, now I'm like going back to Joe Rogan. I just been catching up on all the podcasts that he's been releasing lately, and man, they're good. They're so good. It just like, it gets your gears in your brain going, and you're just like thinking about all this shit, and you're just like, bro, like, there's so much that he talks about.
There's a lot.
Was that the?
Was that what?
I don't know. I heard a loud noise.
Paranoid, guys.
No, I heard a loud noise.
Yeah, it was the neighbors. They're moving.
Yeah, probably.
So what about the podcast?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's a few that I listened to. Obviously, I listened to the Donald Trump one that everybody has been talking about. I listened to, let me look at his name because I kind of forgot. Sorry, Joe. Let me look.
He just had Donald on. I don't really want to get into it, but
obviously we talked last week. I told you about the Graham Hancock one that I listened to.
Yeah, well, I feel like
I listened to Brian Cox, a professor. Professor Brian Cox is an English physicist and professor of particle physics in the School of Physics and Astronomy at the University of Manchester, and the United Kingdom. So that one was so interesting.
And I kind of told you about that one.
Yeah, you told me to listen to that.
Yeah, that one was really crazy.
Let's talk about that one first. Brian Cox, like, he basically gets on this podcast and they just start talking about black holes.
Well, isn't his degree like in particle matter?
Yes.
Or that's like one of his
astrophysics.
That's like one of his expertise.
Yeah.
Just think about that word, particle matter, which is basically everything. Everything is made out of particles. Everything is made out of matter and atoms, you know?
Yeah. And
our skin, our clothes, this water bottle.
Yeah, everything.
Like, atoms and particles are like, you have to zoom in so fucking hard into these elements to see it, you know?
Yeah.
And this guy is an expertise in that. But basically, yeah, he goes into a lot of stuff. I don't even know where to begin. Black holes was a big point.
Yeah.
The Big Bang, simulation theory.
Yep.
I guess what should we talk about? I mean, do you think that the Big Bang is real?
No.
Because there's no proof. It's kind of, Joe Rogan mentions a lot that like how like a lot of the information that we have today about the past is just based off, because it was written in different languages. Like back in the Egyptian days, it wasn't even written in English. Right. It had to be translated multiple times just to get to English, and how much information was lost during that period of translation. Yeah. You know, so there's got to be a lot of information that we're missing.
Hold on, that just made me laugh because you're like, you know. Why'd you look like that, bro? You say, you know. Yeah, I know.
So unprofessional. So unprofessional.
I'm sorry. That was kind of funny. But yeah, keep going.
How do we know the Big Bang is real?
We don't. And I don't think it's real.
You don't think it's real?
I don't think it's real.
So how did everything get created? Like
freaking asteroids hit the world or comets or whatever the hell.
That's not the Big Bang.
Oh no! Oh, how the Earth came to be. I thought you were talking about the dinosaurs. My bad.
What the hell? You're off today, bro. You're off today.
Sorry, guys.
I'm carrying the episode.
Yeah, the Earth came to be. Yeah.
It's not how the Earth came to be.
Yeah, I thought that's how
the Big Bang is how the universe came to be.
Oh, I thought it was how like the Earth became livable.
No.
Because Earth was never like fully livable before.
The Big Bang created everything. It was literally the first thing that happened.
Oh.
You know? And at least that's the theory.
I guess maybe I'm just like thinking that of something else.
Well, let's talk about what you think. How do you think the Earth
became
livable?
I thought the Big Bang theory.
Here. You need some water.
No, I have water here. I thought the Big Bang theory was
Well, it's a TV show, first of all.
No, I'm not talking about the TV show. I thought it was when like Earth was spinning, because Earth used to be a very hot climate. It was like pretty much essentially lava. And then it got hit by a bunch of comets, and the comets made it cold. But because it was mostly lava and hot, and there was a lot of volcanoes, it ended up like pretty much not freezing the lava, but cooling it off enough where land came to be. That's why like 70% of our planet is water. I thought
I haven't really heard about that. I mean, I think maybe once or twice, but that's not the Big Bang. That's something else. But let's talk about that.
Okay, talk about Big Bang though.
You want to talk about what you just talked about, or you want to talk about Big Bang?
No. Talk about the Big Bang. Tell me. So how did it from the beginning?
I don't know like the inside and out. I just know the basic theory, which is like, there was a black hole. Or I don't want to talk out of my ass right now. All I know is the Big Bang created everything. It was a big explosion, and it was two black holes colliding with each other, and then everything was created after that.
Huh?
You're looking at me like I'm dumb or something.
That's crazy. Wow.
You didn't hear them talk about that on the podcast?
No, I did, but I was just thinking of something else then. Oh my god, I'm so slow.
Anyways. What are you talking about?
I don't know what the theory is called.
So, comets and asteroids collided with Earth.
But the theory, Wait, so then what's the theory of all the asteroids that hit the Earth and then like it extinct the dinosaurs? What's that called?
I don't know.
What the fuck? You don't know shit.
Ice Age?
Bro, what? Ice Age? No. Ice Age is when there was a ton of megafauna and then the Younger Dryas hit and then there was an Ice Age because of all the climate change.
But what is the Brian Cox episode really goes into black holes?
It does really go. I know we sound very ignorant right now.
And wormholes.
But he does talk a lot about
and
wormholes and black holes and just like how they're out in the universe and they have pictures of a black hole out there. And
if you really think about like the whole simulation thing, like it makes sense. We're living on a floating rock in the middle of nowhere, and the sun and the moon have to rotate at a specific rate and speed for us to even survive. Mm-hmm. If that goes off by one, like a little bit, we're all dead, and like we don't like. It's just crazy how like
we're all dead.
You're like, what?
Say that again.
If the sun and the moon don't rotate at the speed that they're moving at, then I don't think we survive.
Oh yeah.
Like, but when you think about it, like simulation, it's like did someone create this? Like, are we in a globe right now? Like a fucking snow globe where they're
and someone's
it just doesn't make sense, you know? Is God making this? And like,
well,
how big is the universe?
If you ask certain people, it's like, yeah, God made, because if you think about it, Earth is so intricate, so detailed. Like, how did they come up with such a detailed Earth? Like,
you say they
to the T, or he, or they, or
what
her,
if it was no one
or nobody, or the Earth? Like, how did it create itself to be so intricate and so detailed and so just the way it is? It's crazy, and it's crazy how it doesn't need humans to function. Really, plants create oxygen.
I think the Earth would be better off without
humans. You know, they talked about and they said that sharks were here before trees. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
That's so cool, like, to think about. Like, wow, like there was sharks here.
I think sharks were around during the dinosaur era.
Oh yeah,
they almost look like a dinosaur in the water.
Well, doesn't it come from the megalodon?
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. The megalodon was real.
The megalodon was real?
Yeah, they have evidence.
All right, let's hear this theory. They have a jaw?
Yeah.
Isn't the megalodon like the biggest thing ever in the ocean?
Yeah, and they
that we have found probably.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a movie. I thought megalodon was like a movie, like the Meg.
No.
You're like sitting up all straight. Like.
Well, there's the megalodon. Crocodiles are also descendants of dinosaurs. There's a lot of animals here that are descendants of dinosaurs. And one crazy thing, too, is that, yeah, a lot of these animals are descendants of dinosaurs, but in a lot of cultures in Mesoamerica and the Egyptian culture and the Chinese culture, Japanese, all these different cultures like that dates back to thousands of years ago, where they would literally draw on freaking rocks and stuff, or, you know what I mean? They would draw dragons. But it's like, what if dragons were dinosaurs? You know what I mean? Like, so like, what if humans did live with all this megafauna?
Dragons got to be like the coolest, like, what ifs.
You think they existed?
Most likely not, but
you don't think so?
I think if they did exist, like, it's gotta be like the most badass. Like, imagine you look out your window and you see a flying fucking fire breathing dragon up in the sky.
I think they existed. I don't think they breathe fire though.
But it's just like, that would be the coolest to see though. Like, it'd be scary because they could kill you in a second. But like, so the people that you said the Egyptians were drawing on stones and rocks.
Well, yeah, like what is it?
Did they do that to communicate with each other?
I mean, I'm assuming that it was for them like a notebook. I think
it was a communication thing.
Like a notebook, yeah. Like they would write down the stories. They would write down stories, and that's how they would pass along this information. Through
stories, and it wasn't through... They didn't speak English.
Right. This was all through They're called hieroglyphs or whatever.
Yeah.
But it was all through pretty much pictures.
That's so interesting, huh?
Yeah, it's so interesting. And they would draw these things with like their fingers or like, I mean, probably
rocks. They'd probably get a rock and just shave it on the side of the cave or whatever.
Yeah, and they would just, that's how they would.
Will teleportate or not teleportation, time travel, will it be a thing in our lifetime?
I think we already
with the way technology is progressing.
I think we already time travel.
I think that would be.
I just don't think time travel is how people think. I don't think it's a machine where you get in, press a button, and you go to whatever date you want. I think you time travel when your subconscious is relaxed, when you are asleep, when you are probably on like DMT or like shrooms or something like that. Your subconscious is super relaxed and you're not completely in control of your brain, so you're able to really tap into these headspaces where you travel. You go to different dimensions, you go to different, I mean, obviously I've never done anything like that, like drugs. Obviously I sleep, but it's like sometimes when you dream, like you feel hard, like you feel like it actually happened. You feel like you're actually being chased. You feel like you're actually falling. You feel like that person actually broke your heart, or you actually feel angry at that person. Like, it's crazy. Like,
have you ever had a dream about something and it like comes true and like later in your life?
No, I'm not gonna lie, no.
Anyway, well, that's a crazy thought to have, but
I've dreamt a lot about falling off cliffs, and I've dreamt a lot of weird shit, like shit that doesn't make sense. So
yeah,
I don't know. I've never really experienced any
time
of that.
travel is the craziest thought, though.
But do you think that we will ever invent like an actual like machine where you go in and like you
I think you're right. I don't think it's gonna be a machine. I think it's gonna be a pill or a drug.
Yeah.
Which who knows? There might already be that drug. But
well, what's that one drug in like Brazil? What is it called? Ashiagua or
ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca. That's what I was trying.
Ayahuasca, my friend. Do you want this pill? It'll make you go back to the future.
Ayahuasca is crazy, guys. Like, okay, the things before, like, I listened to Joe Rogan, I did not know any of this stuff. And then, like, listening to Joe Rogan and, like, some of the people that he talks to, and this is not, like, people that he meets out in the streets. Like, this is, like, you know, these are people with actual careers and, like, big names for themselves. And a lot of the times they say, like, you know, taking DMT or shrooms or what is it? Ayahuasca.
Kind of like Iowa, just ayahuasca.
Yeah, ayahuasca can like take you to like different dimensions, can like open your third eye, like it can like give you a lot of clarity if used properly. If used improperly, it can obviously have terrible side effects.
The thing that sucks is that since it's illegal, doctors and scientists can't study this drug to see what is actually happening.
Yeah.
So there's not any progress being made.
Right.
On like, oh, how is it making you feel like you're in a different dimension? How is it doing all these things to your mental and your third eye?
Right.
There's no progress being made, and I think there should be some scientists studying and examining these things.
Right.
And like, what if, you know, who knows what this could do? Joe Rogan thinks that it should be legal.
Yeah.
But
well, he was talking to Graham Hancock, and this was like a episode a while back, but Graham Hancock believes that they should have centers opened up where you'd have pretty much a shaman. So a shaman is somebody who pretty much watches you during and like kind of takes you during a path when you're on ayahuasca or DMT or whatever, and they kind of help you out. But like it should be microdosed, monitored, and like certain people should qualify for it. You know what I mean? Obviously they don't just hand it to you and like, okay, go. You know what I mean? Like it's a process, and you go with this shaman and they kind of help you through this whole process and take care of you while you're going through your trip. And
I think you have to embrace it though.
Yeah.
I think it's like any drug where if you try to reject it, especially those psychological drugs, you have to go into it with an open mindset, and you're gonna know, like, you're gonna see some shit. You're gonna everyone says it's life-changing though.
Yeah,
that's what's like crazy to me is like everyone that talks about these psychedelics, whether it's ayahuasca or anything, they say it's life-changing in a good way. They stop drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
They get closer with family or it could be anything.
I was like, just about to say.
Why aren't there politicians and senators trying to make this legal? At least for scientific reasons.
Yeah.
It's changing people's lives. I've never done anything like that, but it just doesn't make sense, man. It just doesn't make sense. Why is there this negative view on psychedelic drugs?
Probably because
it comes from nature. It comes from Mother Earth.
Yeah.
This shit is grown in the jungle.
There's probably a negative
that's a beautiful thing, right?
Because of everything that the way people have misused it. And because of the way people have misused psychedelics in a bad way and have gotten bad trips and done bad things while on these drugs, that that definitely gives like that a bad rep. But
hey,
I mean, Graham Hancock said that when he did ayahuasca, that while he was on his trip, that I don't know, this figure that he saw or whatever told him that he needed to stop smoking. He was a big smoker. Yeah. And that if he didn't stop smoking, that it was going to affect his marriage and his wife was going to leave him. And after that trip, when he came back, never smoked again.
So crazy.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. And it's crazy that, like I said before, that these drugs were... Oh, shit. What was that?
Oh, storage space.
Oh, shit. 1 second, guys. we gotta take a time out anyway because of him.
Yeah, let me get a little
I don't want to risk like losing this video, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna delete some other shit. Should we leave him like this or what?
What? The dog or?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's not doing nothing. Yeah, it's insane, all these things. It's crazy.
Oh shit.
There's so much to like talk about, and I wish like a lot of these things you could just get your questions like answered right away, because it kind of annoys me that you can't like know right away the answers.
Yeah, we'll keep going. I don't know if this is gonna. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway. What were you saying?
Yeah. Oh, we were talking about ayahuasca and DMT and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the first guy that I listened to, and like I said, you were the one that told me about that podcast, and I was like, man, that podcast was a good one. It was a long one too. It was almost 3 hours long. And then I started listening to Sam Tripoli. Sam Tripoli is a comedian. But the things they were talking about was so interesting. Like, they were kind of talking about already, like, what we were talking about. Just kind of like how crocodiles are descendants of dinosaurs. And how in a lot of these depictions of ancient times, there was dragons depicted in these drawings. And it's like... how is it depicted in like Mexico, Mesoamerica, and then you get some in freaking Japan? Yeah, so Sam Tripoli is the second podcast I started listening to at work after I listened to Brian Cox. But Sam Tripoli, he's not a physicist or anything like that. He's a comedian. But they were kind of talking about the same kind of deal, not necessarily black holes, but they were talking about these civilizations that depicted dragons in a lot of their art, a lot of their stories. And it's crazy because some were depicted in areas like Mexico, and then you have areas like Japan where they were also depicting dragons. And it's like, well, that's crazy because they're on two separate sides of the earth. How are they seeing the same thing? Isn't that insane? Like
that is insane.
Like all these areas, like Egypt and Japan and China, and then you have Mexico and like all these places. It's like, well, How the hell did y'all see the same thing? Y'all are like so far apart.
Well, I mean, dragons can fly. So
Well,
probably
yeah.
flew to different locations.
Well, yeah, if they existed. I mean, they've never found a body or anything.
It could also be a fantasy,
like a story.
just like a story,
You
like
think
just
so?
to make the story
So
cool.
you
I don't
really
know.
don't think they're real then?
There's no bones that have been found of dragons. There's
No.
no obviously there's no footage.
There's
That is
some
crazy.
bones that dinosaurs haven't been found in, but like scientists have like come up with like what they would have looked like, but they've never
like
found
dinosaurs. We have actual bones.
Yeah,
and
we do have,
fossils,
like-
but like
mammoths and stuff like that.
dragons, there's no evidence.
Yeah, I was actually
It's hard to believe anything without actual true evidence, and that's why the aliens and UFOs is like really hard to believe. There's no actual evidence.
no evidence.
People have said they swore on their life that they've seen aliens and UFOs, but there's no evidence. But
Yeah.
it's I don't want to get into politics, but if someone wins this election, are they going to release info that has not been released ever?
About
It's
aliens?
it's a big topic of conversation. I ain't going to get into it, but
You think so?
what?
You think so? That they would release stuff about aliens?
I didn't say aliens. I just said stuff.
Oh, you just said, well, what kind of stuff?
Aliens.
Really?
I don't know, man. I don't want to. This is turning into a conspiracy podcast.
I know.
You know?
It's just interesting to talk
But,
about these things. It's good. I don't really say it's conspiracy. I think it's just kind of like, well, these things were depicted in time, so it's like, were they real? Were they not? I mean, like, obviously we won't know unless some bones are found or some shit like that.
I want to go back to the time travel thing, though. I think.
Yeah.
Will it be if that'd be crazy if in our lifetime it comes out?
I don't think.
What
it
if
will.
it's a chip in your brain that allows you to kind of like a psychedelic at any moment turn off your body and basically kind of like a dream, but it's more vivid, it's more realistic, you're more able to control yourself. But it's kind of like you're sleeping in a dream, just way more realistic, like a VR almost. You know, you're in a VR system.
That'd be crazy.
Like, have you seen the movie Ready Player One?
Yeah. I would
What do you think
never
about
put
that?
a chip in myself though.
Elon's Elon's already doing it.
Yeah, because I would, like, yes, they would make it seem cool, but like they could probably control you with that shit.
Oh, that
I would
once
not do that. I would not.
once
put no chip in
if Elon Musk
I
like
ain't no dog.
if Elon Musk is doing it, I wouldn't be as scared as if like the government was trying to put chips in us. If the government is trying to put chips in us, that's a big red flag. I think a lot of people wouldn't do it.
Why Elon Musk?
But-
what makes you trust Elon so much? I mean, he's a smart guy and everything, but like, I don't know.
I don't think that his goal is to manipulate and control us.
Really?
He I think his goal.
What if that's his plan all along?
I think his goal is probably just to help out people and help out the human civilization any way he can. But this dude's smart. I don't know. I'm not his number one fan or anything. But back to the time travel thing. I'm just you're thinking of it too like just have some fun with the convo, you know?
No, I know.
Like I'm like don't be so like
But you're going from Elon to time travel. Like, tell me what like how would?
just imagine how cool that would be though.
Oh yeah, it would. I mean,
Would that not be like the funnest thing to do? Like, hey, babe, I'm gonna go take a nap. I'm gonna go back to 1980s real quick. I'll see you back. Babe, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you in the 1800s. I'm gonna go catch some dinosaurs real quick.
I would be scared.
I wake up from my dream. I'm like, oh my god, you're not gonna believe this. I found a fucking T-Rex and I was riding that motherfucker. That's a realistic thing. I mean, just imagine like VRs are really big right now. Virtual augmented reality. You know what that is?
What is it?
Augmented reality.
No. What
so
is that?
in VR, you put on the goggles and you're in a different. It looks like you're in a different place, right? But augmented reality, you put on the goggles. You still see the room right now.
Yeah.
But Fernando Tatis is standing right here.
Oh shit.
He's right by the door.
That's sick.
So it's like augmented reality is like it's interactions in your own environment.
Yeah.
Instead of VR, which is like you're in a game, like it's just you know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, fuck. There's so much to think about. That's so crazy. You don't think it would like? Have you ever seen the movies where they time travel, but it creates like like um
I will say this.
like it fucks with the future pretty much.
I would love to time travel in the past, but I would not want to time travel to the future.
Really? You would not want to see what the future would hold?
What if it's like really bad?
I mean, I would want to know.
Why would you want to know?
I would want to see. Why not?
What if you go in the future and like your family dies and like
Oh, that's sad.
Alex died? Like I'm sorry, I don't want to.
Yeah, don't say
anything, but
yeah.
I don't know. What if it's bad? You'd want to see that still?
Yeah,
because then you go back to reality and like,
and then you're sad.
You tell them that like, oh, you guys are gonna die in a couple of years, and like you can't do anything about it.
Damn, that would be really sad. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. But like, if you go into the past, you can choose what era, you can choose what time.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if we could go back in time, we'd be able to get a lot more answers of like how our pretty much Earth and everything came to be here.
They're only giving you 3 times.
Like 3 times to travel, and I get to pick.
Yeah, but after that 3rd time, you're done. You can't go in that time. You can't time travel.
You stay normal. Okay.
Yep. So like you have to really choose.
What are you picking?
Ah, shit, bro.
Bro, I already know my first one.
Wait, does this go back to like
everything, anytime,
holy shit.
Any timeline?
Like BC and shit.
Yes, AD, BC, before Christ, after death, everything.
But you have to choose these, like, you have to choose really good times. I would probably, my first one would be as early as possible. Like, Adam and Eve type shit.
Really?
Like, I want to know, is that real? Was that story in the Bible real? Because right there, I'd be able to tell.
Yeah.
You know? And then, what would be your first one?
I think, for me, it's crazy because there's a lot of times that I like. But I think my first one would be, I would like to see ancient Egypt. I would like to see Egypt when it was thriving, when it was at its peak, when they were building these pyramids, when they had pharaohs and like they were just coming about these pyramids. Like I want to see what they were doing and how they were doing it and who was there and how did it look.
What year was that?
Oh man, it was like
because BC and AD. What's the difference again?
BC
AD is after
death. Before Christ is BC.
AD stands for after death.
Yeah, so
after
BC is before Christ, and then after death is
It stands for after death
of Christ.
AD stands for what?
After death.
You said of Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, after Christ's death.
Yeah.
Oh. So,
I mean,
so
what
BC
what
is
were
first.
What were you taught it was?
I don't know. That's why I asked.
Oh, pendejo.
So, what would be your second?
Actually,
like,
let me just Google.
imagine it's like, imagine it's like after Daniel or something.
Damn, Daniel.
Bro, why is my mic like doing this shit? I think you're speaking out of your ass right now. I think BC is definitely before Christ. I know that one. But AD, wait.
What?
Anthony Davis.
Oh, the Brown.
The fuck? We're dumb, bro.
Stupid.
AD, bro.
No, I'm playing. No. Oh, no. AD doesn't not stand for that. I thought it did.
What's it stand for?
It's a Latin phrase, and it's Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. I'm pretty sure it means, like in translation, it means after death. I'm pretty sure.
Is it AB or AD?
AD. I'm talking about AD. Anthony Davis, AD.
So I would definitely go to the
yeah. So Anno Domini, the before, and then BC is before Christ, to mark time began in the early days of Christianity, and they're still used to track calendar years today. So, hold on, right here. Wait, it said, fuck. It refers, okay, so, Anno Domini, Latin for in the year of our Lord, and it refers to specifically to the birth of Jesus Christ. And BC stands for before Christ.
So my second option or my second choice. What would yours be?
So that was my first one, ancient Egypt. Actually, I wanted to you go with your choice. I wanted to see what year like all this ancient Egypt.
Fuck. What would be my second? I would probably go.
Wow. This is a long period.
I don't know, honestly. That's too hard to even answer.
The ancient Egyptians' history began around 4,300 BCE and ended in 30 BCE when Egypt was conquered by Rome.
Yeah.
Wow. So their civilization lasted over 3,000 years. That's a lot of time. But I would have loved to, some part of it. I would like to see, like, the prime when the pyramids would have, maybe Cleopatra and, like, the pharaohs and all of that shit. I wanted to see that. My second one would probably be, I want to say dinosaur, like, the dinosaur era so bad, but it scares me.
What was the dinosaur era?
I don't know.
Bro, we need a fucking Jamie here, bro.
We need Jamie. Jamie, Google the fucking...
You know how, like, he fucking pulls shit up so quick?
Bro, he's so cool.
He doesn't even, like... he's not, like... Wait, say that again? How do you spell that? Like, he just, like, knows.
Like, he's already pulling it up.
Yeah. That'd be such an easy job. He probably gets paid so good, too.
I know, right?
Anyways...
Yeah, dinosaur era would scare me just because, like, if I go... Like, would I be, like, physically there?
No. You can't die or anything. You're just...
okay. So then, yeah, I would choose the dinosaur era then. I would want to see, like, how that looked and, like, how dinosaurs actually looked. How it would just look like at that time. So
you're choosing reasons to go to certain places just for your own sake, just to see, is this real, is this not?
Just because I'm a curious person, yeah.
Or you could go a different route and try to collect information that no one knows about so that you can bring it to the people and tell them the truth.
But then I feel like
dinosaurs, we already know dinosaurs are real, right?
Right, but then I feel like people would think like you're fucking crazy. Like people wouldn't believe you. Like, oh yeah, I time traveled. I talked to Hitler. I spoke to him.
That's true.
They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is wrong with this Nazi,
you're on crack.
Bro?" Yeah, literally. Is she on meth? Like, bro, get this Mexican out of here.
Yeah, dinosaurs would be interesting.
Yeah. So but yeah, there's so many eras in the world that I would love to see. Like, yeah, like the Hitler, like going to
the
Germany
dinosaur era.
Well, that would have been interesting.
That was right before people, right?
Apparently. But Graham Hancock is now exposing that when this megafauna existed, so did humans. If you watch his show, he's in somewhere in like Utah, and they found these big, gigantic footprints that belonged to human. They found 2 footprints, one that belonged to human. It was just a barefoot, and then one that belonged to giant ground sloths. So you know what a sloth looks like nowadays. They're like small and they just move slow. Well, these were giant. These were probably the size of you. Okay? And they're fucking sloths.
In Utah?
They found the footprints, yeah.
And how are they able to determine the time that these were?
So they carbon dated them. They carbon dated the footprint and both footprints.
What's that? What's carbon date?
It's like when they test, I think, the rock.
Oh, really?
And like they can see like when that rock came to be, or like I don't know.
And a giant sloth.
I'm not a scientist, so don't come for me.
I didn't even know that was an animal.
Huh?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, but this is megafauna that was back in that era. So it's like obviously it's extinct now. They don't exist now.
And they're just now finding these footprints. Like that doesn't make any sense.
No, they found them like they're in like literally the first episode of his show. He found them.
Like found them in where? Like where?
Well,
like,
he didn't find them. It was like scientists, like archaeologists.
Like in the street or like where?
No.
Like in a forest or something?
No, like in the desert, like deep in the desert.
There's a desert in Utah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. You've never been to Utah, right?
Google
a picture of Utah, bro.
Jamie, pull it up.
Oh my
while Jamie's pulling that up, I wanted to talk to you about something.
You need to do some research.
No, Jamie, no.
Let me.
No,
show,
Jamie, fucking pull that shit up, dude. God, Jamie never backtalks me, but
this picture of what a giant ground sloth
would
look like.
You gotta show the viewers right too. There. Holy shit, looks like a bear.
That's like what the.
Wait, put it up the camera. It's right there.
Hold on. Here, I'll show you right now. Here, you show the camera.
Just quick. Right there.
Oh.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
So that's what it's depicted.
And they move slow too?
They move really slow, but their hooves, their
hooves?
And this is the bones, but the foot is like a weird footprint. It's not like a normal claws or paws.
Can I be honest though?
It looks like a arch. It's really interesting.
I believe you. I believe that that was found or whatever.
So you don't I'm
but I don't think a giant sloth is the same thing as a dinosaur.
No,
those are two different things.
But they existed at the same era that the dinosaurs did, so that's why
we exist right now. The bears.
I definitely
grizzly
think
bears,
you're telling me no. There was not even one human that existed during the dinosaur era. I don't believe that shit. I'm sorry, I don't. There was definitely human. I don't care. I mean, I don't know if it was a human as advanced as we are. I don't know if it was Neanderthals. I don't know if it was a freaking giant people, because I believe giant people existed at one point in life. And I mean, who knows? Maybe they didn't die off an asteroid and they were killed off by humans or something. I don't know. There's a lot of things that
I don't think that you're crazy by thinking that. But there's just no evidence, and dinosaurs are so big and so destructive that how the hell did humans even survive?
That's why I think
dinosaurs probably weren't nice. They probably weren't like giraffes where they just eat grass all day and they let you feed them. Giraffes are crazy, by the way, because those are dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Giraffes are dinosaurs.
Well,
and they're the only animal that they actually loved being in zoos because they get food all day and they get fed.
Well, not all dinosaurs were carnivores. Not all dinosaurs ate meat. Some dinosaurs just ate plants. So there was a big likelihood that there was humans around, and they didn't even care for the humans because they couldn't even eat them. They would just eat plants. So
I just mean a dinosaur accidentally stepping on you, you're dead. So
but this is
the dinosaurs had fucking
time era
roads and shit. What?
This is cave time era. They were probably living in caves.
Dude, that's another crazy thing that people used to live in caves. I feel like that'd be low key fun for a day.
What the fuck with all the bugs and spiders? Hell no.
You're scared of bugs and spiders, bro. The cavemen back in the day had to worry about dinosaurs apparently. You worry about bugs and spiders.
Okay, but you
what's
had
that? What's that kids movie?
The Cruise.
The Cruise?
Or The Crudes?
I don't know. It was some movie where it made living in a cave look so nice.
It was The Crudes.
I forgot the name. It might have been that, but as a kid I wanted to live in a cave or something. It sounds weird. Nah. I guess in a way houses and apartments are our little caves, They're just not made out of rock. They're made out of brick and other materials,
I mean, if you were in that era, it's you would probably be doing the same thing because you wouldn't have any other option. You wouldn't be able to just build an apartment complex there in the middle of dinosaur town.
Yeah,
you'd get that shit. Yeah, no.
From what the podcast that we're talking about with what's his name?
Graham.
It seemed like time travel wasn't impossible.
Oh no, not Graham. Brian then.
Yeah, Brian. It seemed like he was kind of hinting that time travel in the future is a possibility.
Yeah.
With technology and because we don't know shit about the universe or other planets. We don't know shit.
There's so much we don't know. Bro. There's so much we don't know.
Earth is so small in the galaxy, and then the galaxy is just. There's hella galaxies in the universe.
Wait.
We're just in one galaxy.
There's one thing that he said that made me I was like, what? And I never thought about this, but so stars are suns. That's why our sun is a star. Yeah. Okay. So these suns all around the galaxy have their own planets and their own moons. Isn't that crazy to think about?
That's what a galaxy.
And then that's no. I'm not talking about I'm talking about their own planets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they're having their own planets.
That's why, like, the thought of, like, there's other life out there makes so much sense.
Well, yeah.
Because we haven't explored into other galaxies yet.
There has to be.
But that's the sometimes that's like the craziest thought that I have is that there's got to be other life out there.
Right.
And eventually there's got to be a way that with technology that we can communicate or something.
Yeah.
And Joe Rogan says that, I feel like we were fucking talking about Joe Rogan so much. He says that once we're able to communicate or / live on other planets, I guess that's going to make us immortal.
Really?
Which that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole other.
But do you think that the other life is human life or a different type of life?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think it's human. I mean, maybe a different type of human. Like,
what if that's when you dream, you're going into that other life that's on that other another.
Because I've never dreamt of like another.
But you dream of some weird shit though.
You dream weird.
A lot of people, their dreams don't make sense.
Yeah, but it's not that it doesn't make sense. Like, where am I? Doesn't make sense. It's more of like the storyline doesn't make sense.
Because that's your other life that you're not living. You're living in that other life, and that's what your dream is, and that's why it doesn't make any sense.
Maybe, I don't know.
But so, what do you think the other life like? You don't know. You just
I mean, it could be. It could be
alien life.
It could be aliens. It could be plants. It could be artificial. It could be freaking. I don't know. Anything
so
really.
Bro.
It could be like mutated animals, mutated humans with like 3 arms.
If you're a
4
professor
eyes.
of like astrology or something like that,
Yeah, astronomy.
like your whole life, like you don't know, you're never gonna know the answers.
Yeah,
it's just theories and speculation.
That's why scientists don't believe in religion, because they both cancel each other out. They're both debunking each other pretty much. Science is based on facts and
what
the science of it, and actually breaking it down into a mathematical equation and all these things and the physics of it.
And religion is just a kind of a story, if you want to. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just kind of been like a Bible that has been, passed down through different languages. It could easily be lost in translation. I mean, the first Bible is in Aramaic. Nobody speaks Aramaic.
That's what's so crazy, because what's that noise? Oh, is the first Bible is written in Aramaic? We're about to be done.
Okay. What? You're just staring at me. What?
That's your question, bro.
What was your question?
The first Bible was written in Aramaic, you said?
Yeah, that's what the language was called.
And then was it translated? Was it translated from that to probably a different language?
Yeah, to like Latin or Greek to Latin.
So it was translated a lot of times before it went to English. Yeah. Imagine how much was lost in that period.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Have you ever read the Bible, like the whole thing?
No.
I think I started it when I was like 11, and I was like, yo, I can't read this shit.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't believe it, just because I wasn't that smart yet.
Yeah. And
they use like more advanced terminology.
It's hard.
And English is different in the Bible than in regular everyday life,
It's hard when you're me, because you like, obviously, Catholic, but it's also like, I also believe in certain things. So it's like, but it's like, those certain things that I believe kind of like go against the religion. So it's like, it's kind of hard to just be like, okay, well, I want to believe in my religion, but I also like, what if there is something else, like, or something different, or, this religion is supposed to be different, and it was just translated and diluted. You know what I mean? Like, everything was just diluted into what it is now, and I don't know. It's really interesting how.
Before we wrap up, let's talk World Series for a minute.
Oh man,
who do you got winning Game 3? By the time we upload this, it'll be already.
It's a must-win game for the Yankees.
And then who do you think's gonna eventually win the whole thing?
Must-win game for the Yankees. They gotta win. If they don't win 2 in.
Wait. You say it's a must-win. Has anyone ever came back from 0-3? Like because the Dodgers win tonight, it's 3-0.
I have no idea.
Which will mean the Yankees will have to win 4 in a row.
Oof.
Has that ever been done?
I don't know. I've never heard of that.
In basketball, it's never been done. That's why the game 3 is such a must win.
It must have not happened.
I think they're gonna win tonight.
Yeah.
I think the Yankees are gonna win tonight.
Either tonight or tomorrow. I don't know when they play.
It's tonight.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I think it's a must-win game, but I think if they don't win Game 4, the Yankees don't win Game 4, the Dodgers are winning it all.
So who do you think is gonna win tonight?
Yankees.
And then you think, oh yes, you're saying if the
Game 4.
Yankees don't win tomorrow,
or the next game after that, or whatever. Whenever they play. Yeah. They're not gonna come back.
So the Yankees have to win. The Yankees have to win the next 2. You're saying.
Yeah.
To tie up the series, to have a chance. And do you think that will happen or no?
They're going to be in New York. I know for sure they're going to have to win this game tonight, so they're going to play hard. So I can almost say it's a lock. But Game 4.
Strong words. Game 4?
I mean, I don't know. It just really depends. Like, I feel like right now Aaron Judge is getting a lot of hate, a lot of backlash, because they're paying him the big bucks, but he cannot come through. He's not clutch. And that's one of the biggest problems with him. He's such a good regular season player. Has like 50 home runs, like almost like Ohtani and then Aaron Judge, right? It's like they're almost on it, but he's just not clutch.
But Ohtani's hasn't been clutch either, though.
Yeah, he's been striking out a lot.
So you can say the same thing about him, but the Dodgers so far have had the better supporting cast.
Yeah.
The Dodgers' other superstars besides Ohtani have came up clutch more than the Yankees' other superstars.
Yeah. I think Juan Soto is the only one that's been like playing really, really good.
Not as outfield.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I think he's a bad outfielder.
Yeah, you've said that before. I mean.
Is that their only other superstar? Is Chaz Chisholm technically a superstar or no?
Yeah.
And they don't have Rizzo?
What about him?
I'm just trying to see who else is their superstars on their team.
I guess. Yeah, sure. Rizzo. Gleyber Torres. Volpe. Giancarlo and Juan Soto.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Have been. Well, yeah, he doesn't play in the outfield, though. He's just a DH.
But he's a superstar, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, yeah, the role players for the Dodgers have come through more than the role players for the Yankees. None of, like, the fluff-up guys have come through.
Well, hopefully Yankees win tonight, so it can at least be a somewhat of a good series.
I know, right?
You never want to see a sweep in the championship round. That's like that just
Lame.
sucks for both teams.
Yeah, it's so boring.
Didn't the Celtics do it last year against the Mavericks won 1.
It's so lame, and it's like we want to see a 7-game series. We want it to go down to the fucking wire. They're both fighting for the fucking chip.
Game 7.
The crowd is going crazy. It's packed out stadium, sold out stadium. Everyone's going wild and back and forth. Like, home run, 3-run homer. And then the next, oh my God, a game tie and 3-run homer. Oh my God, in the 7th inning. Walk-off grand slam to win the world. Like, that's what you want to fucking see, bro. Like, you don't want to see no fucking ground out to first base. And they won the World Series!
Yeah.
No one gives a fuck.
They're already winning 7-0. Groundo, they won! Like, what do you think they were going to fucking win, bro? I think Game 7 is, like, the best moment. Like,
yeah.
That's what kids dream of when they get into baseball. But
you dream of a Game 7, bases loaded, bottom of the 9th, 2 outs, you're on base, you're up to bat, full count. This is the game. The next pitch is... It's it.
Imagine the nerves, though.
It's it. God. The next pitch is it. It's either you win or go home.
Fuck.
And that's what. And you know what? Alex Rodriguez said it best. It's not about the clutch hit. It's about the clutch moment. How can you come through in that moment to be clutch?
And usually that's what makes the greats the greats.
Exactly.
When LeBron blocked...
Coming through in those moments.
When LeBron had that block in the finals, that was Game 7 against the Warriors.
Yeah.
That was one of his most iconic moments of his career.
Yeah. Being able to come through.
Yeah.
And like being able to somehow silence your head, silence the noise.
I'm not going to lie. If I was an athlete, I don't think I could... I don't think I'd be a clutch player.
Yeah.
I feel like I would be in my head so much.
It's hard. People are yelling at you.
But to be a great, you have to figure out how to silence that.
What do you think is worse, like for an athlete, getting booed at or like getting cheered on? Like, what do you think is more pressure?
What's more pressure?
Because initially you think, oh, the booed at, like that sucks. But a lot of people that fires them up, but the crowd cheering.
Oh, the most pressure is being cheered because you don't want to let them down.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
A lot of great players, they say getting booed, they love getting booed because that's how you know you're a great player. Only great players get booed at.
Yeah.
And just personally, that would hype me up.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, they're both good in their own different ways, you know?
Yeah.
If you're getting booed and you let it affect your confidence, that's when it gets bad.
Yeah. So I want to see a game
like Ben
7.
Simmons in the playoffs.
I want to see a game 7 of this World Series. This is a special World Series. This is pretty much a classic right here. This is where these two teams originated from the same.
Are these the two biggest?
City, the Brooklyn Dodgers, and then they were sold to LA, and they became the LA Dodgers, and we got the New York Yankees. This is big. This is a big deal. It dates back to centuries and centuries back.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal.
Do I sound like?
Is this the biggest?
Do I sound like Donald Trump? It's a big deal.
Millions of people.
Millions of people.
Millions of people.
Millions of people.
Wait.
Oh my god!
I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something. But your fucking hand, your little hand motion got to me. Oh, yeah. It's kind of creepy that it's
millions
dark
of
out
people.
Right now. You know that daylight savings is coming up?
Oh, really?
What if that, kind of getting back to the conspiracies, what if that's, never mind.
What, like a way for us to like change?
I was going to say, what if that's the simulation changing?
Like an update?
Like, yeah, like whoever's controlling us is doing a software update, and that for some reason changes the clock.
But a lot of people say that 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 daylight savings like should just be taken out. But I never understood what they mean by that.
Like the clock,
like
the clock shouldn't change.
Yeah, like you shouldn't change it at all. Like you should just leave it.
I don't.
The way it is every single year.
I would fuck
every
with
single
that.
day.
I'd fuck with that.
So it's like,
as long as we get more daytime, more sunlight.
No, we still wouldn't though. That doesn't change the sunlight or anything. It just changes the time.
Well, babe, if it changes the time,
I guess,
we're gonna go to bed earlier.
Well, yeah, you have to go to bed earlier, but only because the time changed.
I don't know. I wonder who came up with that idea of let's change the clocks.
Yeah,
that's a weird thing.
It's weird. It's a little weird.
Like, let's change. Hey guys, I have a brilliant idea. I have a meeting tonight. Let's you see those clocks we got? Let's just change them 2 hours back.
Oh my gosh, not the mouth.
There's some really dumb things that have happened in history. Like,
oh yeah,
let's change the clocks 2 hours up.
There's a lot of crazy things that have been done that you're just like, bro, why?
Yeah. Anyways,
well,
I think that's it for the episode, guys. Yeah. Episode 6. I'm gonna shout out.
There's still a lot more to be talked about, but I mean, it's so impossible to cover everything in one day in one episode. So
I'll shout out Ashlyn, mom, dad, Luca, Leo, your whole family that watches.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out my mom, my brother Alex.
Shout out your mom for real.
Shout out Chico for real. Been holding it down since day one. He my number one supporter. He's always asking me, Andrea, did you drop the podcast? Chico.
Wait.
Oh, and shout out Junior because I know you be watching. Shout out Junior.
Wait.
What?
Chico?
Yeah, my mom's dog.
He can talk?
The family dog. Oh yeah.
But only to me. I was going with that. I was trying to go. I was thinking of going into a southern accent right there. I was like, no. This doesn't make much sense.
Remember 35?
Yeah.
35 to all. Hey, only the real ones know 35.
Hit that like button out. Hit that subscribe button.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back next week for episode 7, baby. Peace.
Peace.